Amatshana omthwakazi omuhle siyalamukela njalo kwesinye isiqephu sethu sezindaba kumsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio. Namhla kungoLwesithathu ziyisishiyagalolunye kuNtulikazi ngomnyaka ka-2025. Indaba lizethulelwa nguKhethiwe Chuma. Kwesihamba phambili namhlanje, bonke ababusa ngodlakela bavame ukuba bakhohlakale njalo masinya uxwayisa umongameli uChamisa exwayisa uMnangagwa. Sokwedlule iminyaka engama-45 kuyizithembiso zamanga kuzakhamizi zaseMwinezi lapho bezithenjiswa amanga libandla leZANU-PF nxa kuyiwa okhethweni. Sokube lokwethuka okukhulu ngemva kokuba iYunivesithi yaseZimbabwe emise izifundo eziyisithupha ukuba zingaphatheki ezifundweni ngenxa yembhikisho yamatishala. Nanzi indaba zethu ngokugcweleyo. Ngesikhathi lapho umongameli webandla leZANU-PF Emmerson Mnangagwa eqhubeka ngokuhlukumeza amalungelo abantu kanye lokunciphisa inkululeko, umongameli wezakhamizi u-Advocate Nelson Chamisa usexwayise uMnangagwa ngokubusa kwakhe ngodlakela ukuba kuzaphela kanti njalo nxa kuphela uzakhohlakala. Uye waphosela emakhasini akhe okuxhumana umongameli uChamisa uthi labo ababusa ngodlakela ilizwe lonke jikelele bavame ukuba bangasakhanyi nxa isikhathi sabo sombuso sesiyaphela. Ohlaziya ngezepolitiki uSimba Mkori uthi imbali vela ihlala ikuveza ukuba labo abaphatha kubi abanye abantu labo baza kuphathwa kubi nxa sebephuma embusweni. Ake sizweni.
Well, allow me to agree and concur with the sentiments of President Chamisa, where he warned that all dictatorships eventually fall into oblivion. This is a timely reminder of history's most constant lesson, that no regime built on repression lasts forever. From Mugabe, the indestructible and invincible Mugabe, to Gaddafi, all tyrants and autocrats who cling to power through fear, through corruption, and the suppression of dissent inevitably face collapse, either by popular uprising, internal decay, or global isolation. We saw what was happening under Mugabe's regime, where Zimbabwe was seen as an outpost of tyranny, as a country that was not fit to be part of the international community because of the nefarious and insidious ways that Mugabe used to rule with an iron fist the people of Zimbabwe. And Mnangagwa was escalating crackdowns, arresting activists like what he did with Job Sikala and Ngarufume, and stifling the media. Even the recent case of Faith Zaba, where she's incarcerated for arbitrary and very, spurious claims, and even the victimization of people like Hopo Chingono some time back, and even the incarceration and the arbitrary detention of people like Mdara B. All that is interference with the media. And rigging elections reveals nothing else but desperation, not strength. Zimbabweans have endured decades of ZANU-PF's misgovernance and kleptocracy, yet their resilience still persists. And as Chamisa has indicated, Advocate Nelson Chamisa, dictatorship appear invincible just before their demise. This means that, they always try to reflect and exude that ability to say we are not going anywhere, we will remain standing. But this happens immediately when they are on the cups of their own demise, on the brink of their own fall. The question is not if change will come, but how and when. That is what the question is. How and when. The international community must amplify pressure. The people in Zimbabwe must continue to appeal, to amplify their cry to the international community so that it also amplifies pressure. But the real transformation hinges on unified domestic resistance. And Zimbabwe's hopes lies in its people's courage. And history is unstoppable. You cannot stop an idea whose time has come. And as we have always noted, it is important for us to remember that dictatorships will always fall away, often when they seem strong. Mnangagwa's repression signals weakness, not control, and change requires both local mobilization and global solidarity. And let me close off by an important adage that contains a lot of wisdom that was said by a political philosopher some time back. He said, the arc of history bends towards justice, but only when people refuse to be broken. The people of Zimbabwe must continue to refuse to be broken. They must fight for transparency and accountability. They must fight corruption. They must fight the dilapidation of the infrastructure in the country. They must fight nepotism and the kind of things that have caused greater misery upon them. It is upon their own resilience and their own hope that they can rise up and shake off the shackles of oppression, the shackles of tyranny, the shackles of authoritarianism that has been bogging them down. And the hope is what must drive them. Victory must be very certain. They must liberate themselves and emancipate themselves from the kakistocracy that ZANU-PF has imposed upon them. Thank you.
Izakhamizi zaseMwenezi esabelweni saseMasvingo sezisole kakhulu ibandla leZANU-PF ngezithembiso ezingekhoyo abazenza ukuba baza kuthuthukisa le indawo kusukela ngomnyaka ka-1980. Omunye wezakhamizi uThine Maphepha uthi izakhamizi zaseMwenezi zivotela ibandla elibusayo ngoba besasaba ukuhlukunyezwa ngezepolitiki kukanti kabatholi lutho kikho. uMaphepha uthi isabelo lesi sibhekane lodubo olukhulu lokuswelakala kwemigwaqo, izikolo kanye lamaklinika iloba ibandla leZANU-PF livotelwa kule indawo. Uye wakhuthaza izakhamizi zaseMwenezi ukuba zingasavoteli ibandla elibusayo kodwa bavotele ibandla elizakuletha ikusasa engcono. I-Yunivesithi yaseZimbabwe imise izifundi eziyisithupha ukuba ziphatheke ezifundweni phambi kokuba kulalelisiswe udaba lwabo ngenxa yokuba baphatheke embhikishweni yalabo abafundisa kule yunivesithi abafuna iholo elingcono. Abayisithupha labo abamisiweyo bathi uNashon Khohlo, uBlessing Mtisi, uNodesha Maingahama, uThafazwa Khathande, uThawana Hobe kanye loThari Mthukura. Kusenjalo unobhala jikelele wenhlanganiso yeZimbabwe National Students Union uEmmanuel Nyakuchka usesole kakhulu ukuboshwa kwabo wathi kuncindezela amalungelo enkululeko kulabo abafundayo. Ake sizweni uNyakuchka ekhuluma.
Thank you for having us here today, and we would also like to greet the listeners of this progressive institution. Allow me to reiterate that this was a direct attack on academic freedoms. First of all, on that, I mean, we as students are expected by the contract between us and the university to pay our fees after having paid our fees to receive our dues. But you understand that at the University of Zimbabwe, for quite some weeks and quite some months now, lecturers have been striking. And as that strike was going on, we first of all petitioned the institution and asked them to have a discussion between us and the administration to find ways on how this can be solved. They ignored us. After that, we petitioned even the ministry as well to say, no, let's sit down and talk because this thing is going on. And again, they ignored our cause. After having ignored our cause, we then tried to have a survey with the students. So we went around the campus asking students of their view of what's happening. Are they receiving lecturers? Because the University of Zimbabwe's administration, it lied on newspaper, it lied on record as it always does, and said that it was business as usual on campus. After that, we asked students of what was happening. Students told us that they were not attending lecturers. They told us that they were not invigilators. They told us that things were on standstill. Again, we went with that research. It is a qualitative research which has numbers and everything. A quantitative research. Then we went with it to the administration. Again, it was dismissed there and then. After that, we then decided as students and student leaders that no, we cannot allow this to happen. Then we demonstrated. After having demonstrated, After a few minutes of gathering and trying to mobilize students and demonstrating, the police officers from ZRP, we have decided to make our institutions camps, then came in, and after having come in, they arrested these 6 students, particularly Nashon Gotlo, Blessing Mutisi, Nodesha Mangehama, Tafazo Katsande, Tawana Nyashahove, and Taro Mutukura. And after arresting them, they say they charged them over malicious charges of disorderly conduct, and after that went with our lawyers, of course, and they were released, and we are still yet to challenge their release, because we during those happenings we admitted this guilty as a way of trying to be released, but we were admitted in a way of protest, not in that we are agreeing that there wasn't disorderly conduct. But it is very unfortunate right now that we have since released letters from the University of Zimbabwe declaring that these 6 progressive students have been suspended from the institution. This is bizarre, this is intolerable, and this is the worst case scenario we would expect from an institution, suspending students for demanding the use of their overpriced commodities. And it is very sad. And I think what I would like to reiterate that we have been called for war, and we definitely offer that. We have no reason whatsoever to stay back in our rooms, to stay back anywhere else. We have to give them the fight that they have requested for, because we first of all tried to dialogue, they ignored the dialogue. We tried to debate, they ignored the debate. Now it is time to demonstrate and to take action by any means necessary and any means unnecessary. Thank you so much for having us here today.
Siye saxoxisana njalo lomunye wabafundi uKiken Mathi oye watshengisela ukusekela labo abamiswe ezifundweni. Ake sizweni.
Thank you very much, Citizens Movement Radio. We reject with the contempt it deserves the suspension of 6 of our comrades from the University of Zimbabwe for merely standing alongside their lecturers who demanded fair remuneration from the Mafumo-led administration. In the past 3 months, there has been a deliberate attack on the union and student activists across the country nationwide for those who are affiliated with Zimbabwe National Students Union. Midland State University in March suspended 5 students of the Zimbabwe National Students Union. Great Zimbabwe University has suspended 2. Now the University of Zimbabwe has suspended 6. This is a manifestation of a choreographed act by the ZANU-PF regime in Harare to try and silence and suppress dissent, not only on campus, but elsewhere in the region, elsewhere in Zimbabwe. So we reject with the equal contempt it deserves. We reject it with all due opprobrium. We call for the immediate reinstatement of our comrades at the University of Zimbabwe, for they have merely done nothing. This act is not only morally indefendable, but it also amounts to being legally unsustainable. They are being suspended on a mere ordinance, an ordinance titled Ordinance 30 in every institution. So how can these ordinances be inconsistent with the primary law of our country? How can a subsidiary delegation be used as a basis if it is inconsistent as a basis of suspension of students on campus? So they need to be an urgent intervention, and meanwhile we see, as we pursue any other course of action, we call for their immediate reinstatement. Thank you very much.
Owayililunga letale lephalamende emela iMount Pleasant umhlonitshwa uFatsai Mahere usenike ulomela ibandla leZANU-PF eWetsa njalo engungqongqoshe wabatsha uTino Machakaira amahola angama24 ukuze akhiphe inkulumo yakhe emehlisa isithunzi uloba uza kuyambophisa. Ebhala ngamaqwetha akhe, uMahere ubephendula ukwethuselwa akwenzelwe nguMachakaire lapho wakhe ulelungelo lokuba athole ukuba imali isetshenziswa njani njalo ngoba uphethe isikhundla esisemphakathini. Uye wathi ufuna uMachakaire amxolise ngokumthethisa akwenzileyo kanti njalo lalokhu kuba azichaze ukuthi kabandakanyeki kunkohlakalo. uMachakaire amaholo akhe angama-24 ayaphela namhlanje. Omela izakhamizi edale lephalamende esabelweni seWange Central umhlonitshwa uDaniel Molokele useveze ukukhathazeka ngesikwelete selizwe esingaphandle esiyimali engange-21 billion. Umhlonitshwa uMolokele uthi sokuyisikhathi kube lengxoxiswano emphakathini ukuze kutholwe isisombululo sokuba imali le enkulu kangaka ingehliswa njani. Esinye isiphathamandla sebandla eliphikisa uSemgondongwe uthi ilizwe lilezembiwa eziningi ezingasebenza ukuba zephule imali le ekweledwayo kodwa lezi zembiwa zitshontshwa ngabantu bebandla elibusayo. Ake sizweni uGondongwe ekhuluma.
It's of much concern the issue that was raised by Honorable Member of Parliament, Honorable Daniel Molokele of Wange. He raised a pertinent issue of the external debt of this country, which he said now stands at US 21 billion. You know, it is very much disheartening to see that our nation is being mortgaged. We are losing a lot in this nation because of some shoddy deals and shoddy leadership. This country has enough mineral wealth to cut its debts, but it's being looted by cartels linked to the ruling elite. We have got minerals that exceed 50 in this nation, and if you look at the trucks that are carrying these minerals out of this country, and those minerals are not even mentioned, they are not even said to mention them, to say gold has brought in so much, diamond has brought in so much, coal has brought in so much, chrome has brought in so much. We have got a lot of minerals, we have got gas, we have got all those minerals, but they are being looted and used to sprouse and to lift the lives of the cartel, of the corrupt. You know, our government is so corrupt that everyone else to survive has to do corrupt deals, and this involves the mining entities that they've taken also as the cartels. They've taken the fuel industry, they've taken the mining industry, they've taken the supermarkets, everything. They've taken schools and all, just for looting and plunging our nation into debt that will suffocate the next generation. We really need new leaders who have got a vision for this nation.
Isiphathamandla senkampani yeze-South Sydney Kata ongasekho emhlabeni kanti njalo uphiwe inhlonipho yokuba liqhawe lesizwe ubekiwe emathuneni eHeroes Acre namhlanje. Ngaphansi kobuthungameli bukaKata, iZESA yabhekana lokuswelakala kwegesi izikhathi eziningi. Kwaba lenkohlakalo enkulu kakhulu lapho kwabonakala khona uWicknell Chivayo ephiwa ithenda lokuba indlela yokudonsa umbane emkhathini, kodwa wehluleka ukuba akwenze lokhu. Abasolayo bathi indawo le yokungcwaba amaqhawe esizwe ayisela nhlonipho ngenxa yabantu abangcwatshwa lapho abangazwisisekiyo. Ukulalelwa kwesicelo sebheyili kukalowa engungqongqoshe kubandla leZANU-PF kanti njalo elingxenye G40 uWalter Mzembi kudluliselwe phambili mhla zili-11 kuyona le inyanga. UMzembi waphenduka elizweni kwinyanga ephelileyo ngemva kokuhlala elizweni leZambia okwesikhathi lapho ayebalekile khona elizweni wephula leziqondiso zesibambiso sakhe. Wetheswa amacala okungasebenzi ngendlela eqondileyo ngesikhathi esemsebenzini kanye lenkohlakalo. Yasibuyele kudaba lwethu oluhamba phambili. Isimo esikhona elizweni esesiveza ukuba uMnangagwa ulahlekelwa ngamandla okubamba umbuso. Siye saxoxisana labanye bethu kumsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio abasiphe eyabo imbono mayelana ngenkulumo kaMongameli uChamisa lapho ekhuluma ngalabo ababusa ngodlakela sebephelelwa ngamandla.
Hello citizens, hello Zimbabwe, Tony Shava here. Concerning what President Nelson Chamisa said, I just want to say, to reiterate what he said, that, the issue of dictators in the world over, we know that each dictator will eventually fall. They may look invincible, they may look like you never leave them, they will never leave for power, and they will continue doing what they want willy-nilly, bringing reign of terror to the people. Well, it's their mindsets that have been brainwashed to think that they will never go. But they will really go. Their time shall come to an end. They have an expiry date. They have got a best before. Look at Idi Amin. Look at Joseph Stalin. Look at Mussolini. Look at Hitler. Look at Mobutu Sese Seko. Look at Josip Broz Tito. All those people. Then this one of Cuba. Look, all of them. At one time, they thought nothing would ever happen to them. They would rule for life, and maybe their sons or their daughters will take over from them, and they will always, the power will always be in their hands, at their disposal. But, time is the best teacher. Now we are reading them in history books. There's something that happened, and then it came to pass. People like Saddam Hussein, all those guys, they ruled with an iron fist, and they thought they were invincible, and they thought they had it all, and they could control anything, because they were there in the levers of power. They were controlling the levers of power, but they are gone, and they're totally gone. In Zimbabwe, we had our own President Mugabe. It was the same situation. He thought he would never leave power, but he left. He was removed. So it would be myopic for anyone from ZANU-PF to think that Mnangagwa can never leave power, or that ZANU-PF can never leave power. The time shall come, and surely the time is near. It's very close, and going, they shall go, because they also have a best before. They have an expiry date, and I'm sure their expiry date is very close, but unfortunately, they don't know.
Hello Citizens Movement Radio, CMR listeners. I am Layton Mwanaka, an ex-political prisoner and a strong supporter of the People's President, Advocate Nelson Chamisa. I do agree with our President Chamisa that Mnangagwa's dictatorship will eventually crumble and fall into oblivion. Mnangagwa is a ruler, not a leader, who fools himself thinking that he has total control over Zimbabweans. In 2023, after losing the election to People's President Advocate Nelson Chamisa, Mnangagwa resorted to force to gain despotic political power through the use of intimidation, terror, and suppression of basic civil liberties. Mnangagwa employs techniques of mass propaganda in order to sustain his forced public support. He has failed to save us as Zimbabweans. Every day, the harsh economic environment he created is killing orphans, widows, children, dogs, and cats. He thinks he possesses absolute power without effective constitutional limitations. Mnangagwa rules by decree, repression of political opponents, not abiding by the procedures of the rule of law. Mnangagwa is self-absorbed and pitiless, portraying his self-confidence and independence. So, we want the President of the people who won the elections in 2023, Advocate Nelson Chamisa, to rescue us from Mnangagwa's dictatorial regime. President Chamisa's leadership style is credited with fostering higher levels of employment creation, health for all, freedom for all, education for all, etc. Therefore, he is our father of citizenocracy. Thank you.
Ngesikhangele kwezemidlalo, iqembu lekhilikithi elabo baba liye lanqotshwa eSouth Africa nge-236 runs emidlalweni we-test match odlalwe izolo koBulawayo. Ukunqotshwa kwabo kusho ukuba iZimbabwe idliwe 2-0. Imidlalo elandelayo izaba nge-T20 Tri-Nations ezakudlalwa iZimbabwe, iNew Zealand kanye leSouth Africa ekhangelelwe ukuba iqale mhla zili-14 kuyona le nyanga eHarare. Amaqembu enguqu awe-under 20 elabomama lelabobaba asekhijiwe kumncintiswano we-COSAFA under 20. Iqembu lama-Young Warriors linqotshwe i-Angola izolo 2-0 lapho beqede besemsileni. Ama-Young Mighty Warriors wona anqobe iqembu leMalawi 6-3 kodwa le imphumela ayenelisanga ukubadlulisela phambili lapho beqede bengabesithathu kuhlandla labo. Osanda kuthengwa kuqembu leChelsea uJair Pedro ubeyingqwele kuqembu lakhe ngemva kokuba benqobe iFluminense 2-0 emidlalweni yeFIFA Club World Cup edlalwe izolo kusihlwa. iFluminense yona yenqatshelwe ipenalty ngemva kokuba omunye walabo abavimba amagoli uTrevor Chalobah wabamba ibhola ebhokisini. uMarc Cucurella yena uye wakhipha ibhola ukuze ancitshe iqembu laseBrazil ukuba labo bahlohle. iChelsea yalahla elinye ithuba lokuhlohla igoli lesithathu ngemva kokuba uThiago Silva walikhipha njalo sekuseduze ukuba bahlohle. Ukuziphetha lezi indaba kumsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio nanze bezihamba phambili. Bonke ababusa ngodlakela bavame ukukhohlakala kusho uMongameli uChamisa exwayisa uMnangagwa. Sokwedlule iminyaka engama-45 izakhamizi zeMwenezi zilokhu zithenjiswa amanga libandla leZANU-PF nxa kuyiwa okhethweni. Sokube lokumangala okukhulu ngemva kokuba iYunivesithi yaseZimbabwe imise izifundi eziyisithupha ukuba ziphatheke ezifundweni ngenxa yembhikisho yalabo abafundisa kule indawo. Siziphetha lapha lezi indaba.